everybody, and welcome to my channel. If you're joining me here today on Sage Oracle, my name is Marissa, and I'm so excited to be doing this reading for you today. It's been quite a while since I've read or uploaded anything at all, and I think that the best way to describe that is with the theme of this video. I am going to be doing a pick a card reading on what new beginning is coming your way, what's in store for you in this next cycle, this next thing that's coming out. And the reason I chose this is because I've been struggling for a while, just in and out of ruts, in and out of cycles, learning my lessons, going through the trials, the tribulations, the obstacles, and everything that life brings us, right? And every time I thought that, I was at the end of this cycle or I was finally done and I'm gonna see the light at the end of the tunnel, something else comes and hits me. And as many times as I let that discourage me, I did end up realizing that, life is always going to have some kind of trial, some kind of obstacle for you to face. There's never going to be a time where everything is just okay or just stable. So I like to think of it as there's always a new beginning that comes up for us, in small ways and large ways, but I feel that there's always something new that comes our way to help with the building blocks for us to get further and further on this journey. I do believe that, the learning never stops, and especially as we've seen from the last few years from, on a just global level and community level, that it's just one thing after another. There's never chill, nothing ever stops, and I kind of have been picking up on that collective panic of, why me, or when is this going to be over, or I can't freaking breathe, like I need a break. And I've been feeling in that shift that there is going to be a break, there is something that's changing, and I do think that we're all really awakening and learning as much as we can. And of course, I felt that a pick a card reading on what new beginnings coming to us after what we've learned or been through is going to be a nice, pat on the back one to show us like, hey, we are making progress and the little things do count. So I really appreciate you guys watching today and joining with me on this. I did pre-pull a few oracle cards. I haven't seen any of these. Of course, I've seen some that popped out as I was shuffling, but for the most part, I wanted to start with oracle cards, and then I'll be pulling tarot for some more lessons and detail, and I will have a really special card at the end from the Isis Oracle deck. I really love this deck lately, and it's gotten me through a lot of my trials with some awesome advice. So I'll be pulling one of each for every pile at the end of the reading, just to, help round out some of these lessons that we've learned. So without further ado, I am going to let you guys pick and decide here. So I have 3 piles here for you guys to choose from. Pile number 1 with the Aura Sphere, super pretty. Pile number 2 with the I-Ching Medallion. We've got dragons on one side and some Chinese letters on this side. And pile 3 with the Ammonite Fossil. This one's super cool. Alright, give you guys a few minutes or a few seconds here to pick your pile. If you need some more time, please definitely pause the video and take your time, take some grounding deep breaths, and pick which one calls to you the most. I will see you guys at your pile. Thanks. Hello everybody, and if you chose pile number 1, this is your reading. So we'll start off with the crystal that you chose. This is the Aura Sphere, and just in general, when I think of the sphere shape itself, it reminds me of something coming to a completion, something closing out, something rounding out, something coming full circle, right? So I feel that a new beginning that may be coming to you guys really is the closing of a cycle that you've been working on for a long time, or the near closing of a cycle. Because this is a clear sphere, I do feel like you're going to gain some clarity and be able to see the ending of this or what it is that you have to do in order to fully complete this, but you are rounding something out, you're completing something. You may even begin to start feeling whole again. And I do feel like this is a wonderful sign of you guys doing the work that you're supposed to be doing, you know? And I really feel like your new beginning is going to be paying off here very shortly. So I do have a few different cards here, all from different decks. I will list those down below in the description box, which decks that I did use today. And when I pulled, I started from the bottom. So we'll start from here and see. We have the card of doubt, right action, what do you need to release? Move this over a little bit. It's time to take action. The Saboteur, and Love Charm. So just with the overall oracle cards that I have pulled here, I am feeling like you guys are so close to breaking through a challenge that you've been dealing with for quite a long time. It just feels like this has been possibly years of trying to make the right decision and falling into the wrong path and second guessing yourself and not sure if you are in control of your life. Because with the doubt card that comes up, the I release the need to know all answers, I do believe that this doubt is the shadow of doubt that you have for yourself. You're doubting your own personal power, your own abilities, the ability to take right action because you know what's right for you. You are doubting the things that need to leave your life, and you're doubting if you're able to do this by yourself, if you're able to take this action, if you're allowing yourself to be free, you know, allowing yourself to have that freedom of choice. You're thinking too much of other people right now, but you know what's best for you. And I think that the Saboteur card really pops out because with this card, it highlights a fear of your own self-empowerment. It highlights the fear of changes in your life. It's almost like you know you're on this path, because if you look at this card here and try to get that in focus, if you look at him, he's holding a pin to this hot air balloon, which is carrying him off. So hey, I know where I'm going in my life. It's leading me in this direction here, but you know, is this balloon really holding me up? Let me check. And he's gonna pop it and completely sabotage himself. So in this, it's kind of giving me a metaphor of when things are going good, you almost second guess that it's good for a reason. It's like, okay, well, something has to give. Something's going to go terribly eventually, so I might as well make this decision, or I might as well, you know, ask somebody else or do something else. And I know I'm kind of talking in a circle there, but the Saboteur really is someone who doubts themselves so much that you do rely on other people. You do rely on their thoughts and their opinions and what they think of you in order to make the decision to move on next. So with this, I feel the new beginning that's coming to you is you are releasing those doubts. You are recognizing how you have sabotaged yourself in the past of, you know, second guessing or making a decision based on someone else's thoughts, or, you know, taking too much time and, you know, kind of playing yourself down. So the new beginning that's coming, I feel, has to do with you finally taking a look at yourself, letting everything go that needs to go, and recognizing that the things that you want to come are in your power to do so, but you just need to release those feelings of doubt. You need to release those feelings of I'm not good enough, or I'm not smart enough, or I'm not making these right choices, because at right now, everything that you've been thinking of and holding on to, it's time to take that action to move into that direction, okay? You are closing things out. You're a lot more capable than you think that you are, and I really feel like there's something holding on to you. So we'll go ahead and pull a few tarot cards, see what comes up here, see if we can get some more detail, and I do see a couple things that are just being pointed out. Okay, looks like there was a heartbreak of some sort. Somebody definitely betrayed your trust. This looks like this was somebody who was very important to you. May have been the end of a relationship, a lover of some sort, even a parental figure, a sibling, family member. It looks like somebody really stabbed you in the back, and you've done so much for this person, or even for this situation. If this has to do with a career too, this could go in any which way. This is a general reading for you guys. I feel that because of how often you've failed in the past, you doubt that you are meant for anything. You don't think that you deserve anything. You don't think that any action you take is going to bring you in this right direction. And I do feel like you're sabotaging yourself, because a lot of the choices you make are for people who aren't worth it. There are things in your life that need to fall out, and you know that they need to fall out, but you feel that you have to continue doing these things and following these people and keeping certain people around because that's all you've known, or that's all that makes sense right now. It doesn't make sense for me to walk away from this, even though there's a lot of swords in my back. I still have the energy to keep moving. It's okay. It's fine for me. It's like you're letting yourself be hurt over and over and over again, and you're not allowing yourself to see these lessons. Now, the Ten of Cups is emotional happiness, and the Three of Swords, once again, is heartbreak and betrayal. So we've got two swords cards around this cups, and this is making me think that it really was some kind of emotional pain. You've been dealing with a lot of emotional pain lately, and you don't really know what it is that you have to release. But I know that you do, because this card, the Judgment card coming out, is saying that your guides have been screaming it at you, showing you that you have your own path, your own tune to follow. There is a beautiful change, a whole new beginning coming for you guys. There's so much good as long as you can take this action. Now, what do you need to release? Oops, drop that card. Okay, so faith. So stop giving so much to someone who won't give back. So the Star card is also about having faith in yourself, and what you choose is going to pay off, and how much work you put in will come back. But I feel when it comes right after the Judgment card here, you're being called to recognize where you're putting your energy. Who is not reciprocating this energy? Where are you focusing on that is causing you to feel alone, or is causing you to feel hurt or not fulfilled? Because this does have to do with fulfillment as well. It does seem like the thing that you really need to release is the catering to other people, the catering to the emotions of others, or attempting to continue in this relationship that keeps hurting you, or this friendship that keeps betraying you, or this job that keeps sucking the life out of you and won't give you the break that you need or the raise that you deserve. So there's just a lot of hurt here in this cycle, and you keep wanting to make it work. You keep wanting to say, okay, let me try a little harder, or it's going to be better next time, or I know that they're going to change, or I know that this promotion's coming. I just got to keep working and grinding and putting my needs on the back burner. That's not what this new beginning wants for you, and it's making it increasingly hard to complete this cycle again. So somebody may have fallen out of your life, or they're about to, and it hurts and you don't understand, and they were your happiness, or this job was your happiness, whatever it is. The universe is about to step in and truly remove what needs to be removed if you cannot take this action. You need to walk away from these people who are bringing you down. You need to leave this job that won't respect your boundaries, that won't compensate you for the work that you're doing. You need to cut off these people in your family, or these friends that just keep using you, or that betray you, or saying, no, you're not good enough for that, you can't do this, because you absolutely can. Look, you have the Star card. Anything that you put your energy into will come back fruitful, but you need to be able to make that correct action, right? That one that is for you and not for somebody else. So let's pull a few more tarot cards here, see what is coming up. Okay, we've got the World and Justice. So we have the need to let go and release, because karma is coming back around, and the way that you choose to have this karma plays out for you. You could choose yourself, have that pure energy, or you can stick with the darkness. You can see this. Stop avoiding what it is that is being shown to you by the universe. And I really feel I want to focus on this last little card here. This is the Love Charm card. It says attract a lover, soulmate, or life partner. This is all the way on the side, and I feel like it fell to the side here as like the last card of the poll for the reading, because you attract what you put out. The vibration that you are in is what is going to keep coming to you. If you feel like you're not good enough, or you're undeserving, or you don't deserve the love that you wish that you could have, you're not going to get it. You're just going to continue to attract people who sabotage you, who doubt you, who downplay who you are as a person, who downplay your emotions and the things that you provide to life. So if you want to raise your vibration, you need to make that right action and release those old thoughts, the past even. This could be something from childhood your inner child is hanging on to, something your parents said to you as a child, or somebody, a teacher, a friend, whatever. There's something that is holding on to you, continuing this cycle over and over and over again. And the law of attraction states, if you can raise that vibration or change your tune in whatever way that you see fit, even if you have to fake it till you make it, that is what's going to help attract that lover, that partner, that good friendship, that job that actually suits you. Now, it's easier said than done to just raise your vibration, but I really would start with some positive affirmations. I would start with recognizing your worth. Look in the mirror and see how beautiful of a person you are. Anything that you've been through, doesn't matter if you have a scar on your face, or you got bags under your eyes, or I hate the way I look, or other people aren't going to see, that's just one example here. It's basically saying, your face tells a story, your body tells a story, your looks, everything that's about you has lived through this life. Learn to love every piece of yourself. Learn to let go of what other people have said to you, or learn to let go of these ideas that you've been holding on to of what's perfection, or what you need to do to move on or to survive or anything. Because with the world coming into play here with justice, your karma is over. Whatever hardships you've been through, whatever things that have really hurt you, is coming to an end, and you just need to be the one to choose to let go, because you can hold on to this and you'll go right back into that same cycle with different circumstances, and that is not something that you want to do. So by recognizing that worth of yours, by starting to be aware of the relationships that surround you, you're going to start recognizing, hey, I actually am not okay with this. I don't want to stand for this. This is not something that I want to define me. And from there, it's going to start snowballing, and it's going to start making more sense the more pieces that come together, and making decisions for yourself is going to be easier, and putting up boundaries are going to make more sense. But you have to release that fear that you aren't good enough, or that you're undeserving, because you are incredibly deserving. And there's some beautiful new beginning of taking action for yourself, following your own tune, and attracting something that is so worth it, that all the hardship that you've been through is going to be like, a thing of the past, right? And I really feel like this new beginning is about trusting yourself. This whole new beginning, this gift from the universe, is about learning from the pain that you've been through, and not diminishing it, not dismissing it, and not being guilty, regretting, or pitying it either. It's just like, wow, I really am resilient. Wow, I have been through so much, and I've really learned. I know that decision wasn't a great decision that I made in the past, but it taught me a lot, and it brought me to where I am now, and I'm ready to move forward. So that's the energy I'm getting for this new beginning, that you can make it anything that you want it to be. And it all starts within you. It all starts within that respect that you give to yourself, and that trust that you give to your higher self and your guides. And I'd love to see what the Goddess I-Ching Oracle has for you, what advice that we have here for this new beginning, how you can really solidify this, how you can really find yourself in this beginning. And we're just going to let this pop out. There we go. Oh, we've got Isis. just with her sword here. Oh, let me just take a look at this. Intuitively, this is a very, very powerful and beautiful card. I mean, she's in flames. This is reminding me of a phoenix rising from the ashes. You can see her wings behind her. She's holding a sword, gripping strongly, which is also telling me that she has power of her voice. She has power of her speech, of her life path. And as she's rising from the ashes, she has the strength of telling it like it is, right? Choosing your own path, forging your own way. Because when I think of the swords, you think of the intellect, you think of the thought, you think of the speech, right? The throat chakra as well. And when I look at this crown here, it's got eyes on it, and the eyes kind of look like the evil eye, right? So here with the crown coming up on the Isis, I'm really feeling like you're going to start seeing through you're going to start seeing through deception. You're going to start seeing through things that you had rose-colored glasses on before, right? And with the full moon in the background, a lot's being released. So you're going to see what needs to be released. You're going to have the strength and the power to cut those ties, whether it's just speaking boundaries, it's telling it like it is on your mind, or whatever that is. But you are rising from the ashes, and you are becoming so strong and powerful, and you know your worth. You're recognizing that worth of yours. So we're going to go ahead and read what's on this card. This is called Divine Guardian. This is a time of significant spiritual growth and healing for you. You are protected during these times by the love and strength of Divine Mother Isis. Relax and allow your transformation to happen. Your Divine Guardian protects you now. Let go. Trust unconditionally in what is happening for you, as there is only divine love beneath the surface of the present situation. That is a beautiful card and a beautiful message, because this is really solidifying the fact that you do need to let go of the past, let go of who you were, those old habits that you had, and trust that you are healing. Keep putting yourself first, and know that your spirit team is taking care of you. Know that this transformation is coming, and it's not going to be that hard anymore. This new beginning promises an easier way of being. It promises emotional fulfillment. It promises a brand new path on your journey to becoming who it is that you want to be, and attracting what it is that you've been really wishing for. And this is all in your hands, Pile 1. It really is, and you are more than capable of letting things flow. You're more than capable of creating this life that you so want, and attracting that person, that job, those relationships that you've been craving. All of this is in your hands. Just let go. Just let go of this past, and know that you have the power. Keep looking forward, because the cycle is ended. It really is coming to a completion, and you have everything in you. Use everything in you to step into the new beginning, that new cycle, the new you. Be confident in yourself and see yourself for who you really are. I believe in you. Your guides believe in you. It's time for you to believe in you. Thank you so much for tuning into this pile today. I really appreciate you guys, and I hope that you have a beautiful rest of your day, and really think about these messages, because there's beautiful things in store for you, and you deserve everything good that comes to you. Hope to see you guys again soon. Bye. Hello everyone. Welcome to your reading. If you chose pile number 2, the I-Ching Medallion, this reading is for you. And I'm going to start by just looking at this charm that I set out for you guys. I was really called to this one for pile 2. And as I'm touching it, as I'm holding it, as I'm looking at it, I really feel like you guys are so divinely protected. And in this new beginning, there's a lot of luck and blessings that are coming your way. I really feel like there's a lot of hard work that's paying off. I feel that there's a lot of abundance coming your way. I do feel a lot of monetary abundance for a lot of you, but for others, there's an abundance of satisfaction, really, is what I'm getting. Satisfaction and connection as well. But I feel like you guys have been working really, really, really hard, and you've been waiting for the fruits of your labor. You've been waiting for things to pay off, and it just hasn't, and it hasn't been making sense. You know, I've done all these things, I've tried all this stuff, and I just feel like I'm still getting the short end of the stick, right? But I really feel like pile 2, that this reading is coming in to tell you that it is paying off, and here's your lucky medallion that is going to prove it. So without further ado, let's get into the reading. We'll start with the oracle cards that I have pulled here for you. If you want to know what decks I'm using, I will list them below in the description box. So let's start and see what we've got here. We've got peace, signs, divine source, your hard work is paying off. That is awesome. Monk, nun, and Felix Felicitas. Definitely butchered that, but this is a power symbol to create lucky, serendipitous events. So just starting here on the oracle cards, I'm feeling I need to read what each of these say just so that you guys can see. I know my camera quality isn't the best, but peace, I am a being of love and I release all negative energy. Sign says instincts are the message from the inner divine. Divine source has helped me know that all my deepest needs will be met. Let me trust that you have a plan and the right actions will come. You are my source for all. We've got your hard work is paying off, new moon in Capricorn, and the monk nun says selfless devotion and single-minded dedication to spirit and the light attribute. And the shadow attribute, it says negative judgment of the physical world, excess piety. All right. So with these oracle cards coming out, the first thing I truly feel is calmness. Of course, with the peace card, that's the first thing that I felt, is that things are okay. In this new beginning, I feel like you just need to know it is okay. You will not have to work so hard anymore. It is paying off. Whatever it is that you've done, however hard you work, wherever you pour your energy is paying off. You are in a beautiful spot. You have done so much work. You have created a beautiful life for yourself, even if you can't see it just yet. But you have set yourself up for a very easy and beautiful future. I feel like this next new beginning, this new cycle, while Spirit is telling me you need to be patient and wait for the fruits to fully come, but I do feel like you have been listening to your guides. You have been manifesting. You have been working on yourself, on your spirit. You have been recognizing the red flags and green flags from the universe. And I feel like for a lot of you, this has been a few years in the making, that this cycle of I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to start, forging my path, finding my way, looking in the direction that I want to look. You've really taken it into your own hands to move forward in a way that you see fit. I feel like all of the hard work, the sleepless nights that you've gone into, and I'm feeling a few different paths in this reading. A lot of you have been, in college working towards a degree that you never thought was going to end, and it finally is. You're moving your way towards graduation, and it is a wonderful feeling, and you will see that fruit pay off. You're just in the last stretch. Some of you have been working really hard at work on promotions in the job that you're in, and you've been there for a long time, and finally you're feeling like you're being recognized. And then others of you, and it feels like a smaller percentage here, has been working really hard on their inner self and their relationship with the divine. I feel like a lot of you have been really working on having an abundance of connection with spirit, really, finding peace within yourself and peace within the gifts that you have. And I'm hearing also a lot of this, some of you have, can't speak, I'm mumbling over my words here, but a lot of you as well are going through a relationship hurdle as well, as what I'm hearing. So this one, pile 2, a lot of you are going through a lot of different things, and those were just some of the specifics that came up. So I do feel that you have been in a dark hole for a long time, regardless of which situation that you have been in. You've been in a dark hole for a long time. You have had the short end of the stick a lot of the times. You've had extra projects to work on with little payoff. You have been putting your all into this relationship with this person who is finally starting to open up, is starting to see you for who you are and recognize the connection you're trying to bring. And then for others of you, you have been meditating, you have been clearing your mind, you have been working on yourself to the point where you don't even recognize yourself. And that's in a good way, because you're letting a lot of negative habits and a lot of negative things fall out the wayside. And I really feel that the monk nun card that's standing out to me right now in every way is a selfless devotion, single-minded dedication to spirit, but I feel it's to yourself. You've had a selfless devotion to something in your life that you've been working towards. You have had a goal in mind for a long time, and especially with achieving peace, and you have put your trust and your faith in the universe. You've given it to God, to spirit, to your guides, and you've said, you know what, I'm going to do everything that I need to do to get to where I need to be. I'm going to leave the rest to you, and I'm going to keep my head down, my hands clean, and just do me. And because of this, I really feel that you guys have worked this beautiful sense of peace within yourself, that no matter what happens, it's going to be okay. And you have opened yourself up to divine, infinite possibilities of whatever is coming your way. You really, I feel that this Felix card, the power symbol of lucky serendipitous events, is already happening in your life. Things are starting to pay off in little ways, and the more that they pay off in little ways, you will see the bigger picture, the snowball effect that is going to come through. So that's just the main energy that I feel. I'm going to pull some cards here for you guys and see what are some of these details of this new beginning that's coming. Two of Swords. Let's get a few cards out. We've got Strength. Temperance. Okay, so we've got two major arcana, and I'm going to pull one more before I go. Whoa, okay, not one more. That was a bunch more. I'm assuming this all needs to be said here. So there is a ton of cards that just fell out, and I feel like they're meant to be there. So let's go ahead and get into the details. So first things first, as I'm looking at these cards, I'm feeling a lot of chaos. So even though you guys have been working really hard on yourselves and really have been, doing your best to stay grounded, you have been through hell, let me tell you. Because here with the Page of Swords, I'm seeing a lot of clarity, that like newfound clarity that just came in. You've learned a lot through this time, and you're really focusing on this one goal, this one point. You know what it is that you want. You've had that clarity, and that has been your steadfast goal for years or months or however long you've been working on this. And you see what it is that you need to do. You know what it is you need to do. You've prepared for this, and you just keep working on it. So that's starting there, and I feel strength here. Things have not gone your way. Things have not gone according to plan. I feel like you have a lot of anxiety about if this path is right for you, a lot of doubts in your strength, and your self-esteem, I feel, has been really low for a long time in regards to this situation. And here I feel like you really have been trying to feed your self-empowerment. You've been trying to muster up the strength to keep going. And of course, successfully so too, because you've been working with Temperance here, and Temperance is telling me that you've been doing a really, really good job handling a lot of issues in your life. You've been juggling work and family and friends, and I want to say self-care, but Spirit's stopping. You've been juggling everything around you well, but you haven't made enough room for self-care that I feel like you're starting to work on now. You've been patiently waiting for something to come in, but you're expecting something. And I think with this new beginning, there's a warning here that you shouldn't have expectations for what's going to come, because with these expectations comes doubt, comes fighting with yourself, comes second guessing the choices you're making. You're messing with your own boundaries, especially when it comes to working with other people. It's like you're sacrificing your sense of comfort because things need to turn out a certain way. So I feel like even though you're doing so well with working on yourself, there's still a fight within you of, am I doing things right? Am I making this right decision? I need to do more because what I'm expecting hasn't come yet. And some of you may even be second guessing the path that you're on. You may have put so much work into your career, but you've been wanting to actually open a business on the side instead, and you've been neglecting that business because of this promotion that you've been wanting, or because you need the financial stability that this job brings. So even though overall the message or the feelings I'm getting is really beautiful of hard work paying off, and you giving yourself to divine and awesome things are coming, right now it doesn't feel that way for you. So you may be like, all right, Marissa, what the heck are you talking about? Things are still chaotic. I'm not seeing things come. I still feel uncomfortable. I'm fighting with myself. I'm fighting with my end goal and people around me, and I just can't see the picture. I just can't see it. There's too much bad happening. I'm so upset. I don't understand. I'm not comfortable yet. Well, that's because there's still some work that needs to be done before the cycle is fully ended, and before all of that abundance, all of that hard work that's supposed to pay off is going to come in. So things are changing for you. They are. And these few cards fell out of the pile as well, and I'm going to go ahead and put these down as I see fit. Now, I do want to look more at this for a second. You may be fighting with others around you. You may be fighting to keep your boundaries. I feel like there might be some people in your life that expect a lot out of you. And even though you're on this journey for yourself, somehow it's still pouring into your life. Like their needs, their wants, their expectations are still having an impact, even though you're trying to set these boundaries and you're trying to enjoy what you've done for yourself. I feel like there's some ungrateful people around you. I feel like this could be family for a lot of you. Family might be a big deal. They're not working with you. They're not seeing that you have your own life going on. And for others, you just may be struggling with boundaries at work, and people are walking all over you, and you have to be okay with it because you think that's what is needed. But I do feel like there are people who are on your side. There are people who will work with you, who want to work with you, who see your potential, who see the future that you're trying to create and want to support you. So I feel like there is a divide between those who, you feel you need to keep around because they've been around forever, but they're not helping, and then those who are actually here to lend a helping hand, to be there for you, right? Well, let's see what the other cards have to say. We have the moon coming out, so it's time to face your fears. This situation is bigger than you think it is, because when I look at this cat, looking at this jaguar, panther, larger cat here in the reflection, it really makes me think that it's bringing more fear. There's inner fears that this situation isn't going to work out, or the things that you're going through are causing more pain, or is going to be more painful in the long run. But really, the moon card's coming out here to be like, hey, it's not that bad. Face your fears, right? Say what it is you have to say, like the Page of Swords. You know what it is you want. You know what it is you have to say. You know what it is that you're working for, that you're looking for, right? And I really feel that by focusing on your inner world, which you definitely have been, but by bringing that inner world out, you can release a lot of things that have been holding you back. And this has been a long time coming, okay? The confusion, the fast-moving pieces, the things that are all over the place here. I feel it's been a long time coming, and you know this. Whatever needs to end needs to end. Whatever you've been working on for as long as you have, you know it's going to pay off. So don't give up on the hard work you've done. Just recognize what's pulling you away from it. What's pulling you away from being able to harvest this, crop, that you've been working on for so long. It does feel like there's some conversations that need to be had. You're feeling very overwhelmed. You do actually have a lot of things that are pulling you in different directions. And I think that you need to, right now, in order to fully move on to the new beginning, in order to fully release what has been causing chaos, you need to pick one thing. Like here, she's got a million things flying around her. She is so confused on what is going on. She's feeling very overwhelmed. But by grabbing one of 8 of these things that are causing issues or needs to be worked on, you're able to really take this big problem in the moon and bring it down to something that is bearable. And, I need you to remember that not everybody's problems are your problem. You don't need to overextend yourself for anybody. You don't even need to be there as an ear or a shoulder to cry on for somebody when you are dealing with things yourself. I think that the biggest message of this reading is you have such a beautiful new beginning coming. All your hard work's paying off. Peace is just behind that door. All you need to do is open it. And I think that a lot of the chaos that's surrounding you and around you, you need to give to spirit. Give all your fears and your worries over and ask for the help of your guides. Hey, what needs to leave? What do I need to focus on? Who can I put on the back burner for now? If you're wanting to juggle everything at once, just let the people in your life know, hey, I'm really trying to do this thing for myself. I'm so close to getting to my goal. I need some alone time, or no, I can't be there for you this weekend, or I can't listen to you this time around. I want to be there for you, but give me a moment. I need to focus on myself first. And those who truly support you will show you their true colors. Oh my gosh, I completely understand. Please take the time that you need. I care about you. I worry about you. And those who have an issue, those in the 5 of Wands who are like, oh, okay, well, you're being selfish. Well, what about me? Like, you're never there for me. Or oh gosh, of course you would, dismiss me for whatever. Doesn't matter. You're going to see the true colors of these people when you show them, hey, I have this goal in mind. I have this thing that needs to be done, and I really need to focus on myself. I need my own time. You're going to be able to see who's worth it and who's not in that situation. But not only that, Spirit is going to reward you for choosing yourself. The patience that you've put into what you've been working on is finally going to show its fruits. The situation, job, relationship, family, whatever it is that you may be dealing with or going through is going to start showing its fruit. It's going to start getting easier because you've done so much work. It shouldn't be so hard anymore. It's not going to be hard anymore. It is not going to be. And you're going to be the one to choose that. You've done the hard work. You've gotten past that anxiety. You've struggled. You've had sleepless nights. So you are so deserving of what's to come. And there are just some people who aren't supposed to come to this next phase with you. So I really suggest strong boundaries and focusing on your work and those who will work with you, because you're about to open up to a world of luck and serendipity that you've never seen before. And it's going to be all because of you and your hard work and how you've followed the signs of the universe and how you've accepted the help of the divine source and how you've recognized, who needs to go and who needs to stay. So overall, this new beginning is telling me that you can rest. You don't need to juggle everything anymore. You can focus on that one thing, and you can expect to see beautiful things come from it. So let's go ahead and see what the Isis Oracle has to say for you for some advice. So we close off this reading for you. Pile 2. Okay, well, that's a lot there. Well, maybe. Okay, well, that was the last one there, so I am kind of feeling that this could have been the one. And once again, it's Isis. How beautiful. So Isis comes straight through for you here. And in the first pile as well, we had Isis come out. And let me just grab this because I kept it to the side. And that was the first one. So, excuse me, 2 Isis. So maybe pile 1 might have some messages in there for you about like the specific relationship that you need to release. So that might be something if it resonates. But as I'm looking at this Isis card, I see a lot of blue. And when I think of blue, that reminds me of calmness, right? Of peace, of things within coming out, of the divine life purpose, life path, speaking your mind and moving into that direction of power. And with the full moon behind Isis's head, it really is time to release that past you, because this new beginning is showing me so many new things coming in. Some rest, right? Replenishing your soul, enjoying the fruits of your labor, enjoying the things that you have made for yourself. So let's go ahead and see what the Lunar Queen has to say. There is a deep feminine wisdom that recognizes the importance of cycles of rest and replenishment as essential to balance our actions of power and demonstration. You are asked to allow this replenishment of yourself now, trusting that you are in a cycle of creation that is about to shift into a new phase. Release and enjoy the process without having to control or force it. Like I said earlier, the hard work is already done. You just need to release these expectations, right? Release those hard feelings. Anything that makes you feel confused or out of the way, let it go. Just release it and look back on the progress you've made so far. You know, on the things that you were able to create for yourself, the places that you never thought you'd be, that you are in right now. So this wisdom from Isis overall in the whole reading is saying, allow this new phase to fall into place. Keep following the signs, trust in divine source, and focus on your peace. Whatever does not bring you peace needs to leave. Heading in a really beautiful direction. You guys have so much potential coming your way, and there's just, a little bit of work left to do. And it's not that much work. The true work is releasing and letting go and relaxing. And I know for some people, like myself, that's the hardest part of the job, is to just release and relax. So for you guys, that's the message that I have for you. I really appreciate you tuning in, watching, liking, subscribing, and I really, really, really hope that what this new beginning brings to you is as beautiful as you are. Once again, thank you guys for joining me, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. See you next time. Hello, pile number 3. If you guys chose the Ammonite fossil, this is your reading, and I am so happy that you're here with me today. I'm very excited to see what you guys have in store for your new beginning. So, let's remove that one. I'm going to start with the charm that you chose, well, the crystal, the fossil, I should say, that you chose, the Ammonite fossil. Whenever I hold this stone or just think about it, it has such an ancient, old soul type of wisdom to it. It has the feeling of, pressure, trials, tribulations, and a lot of hard inner work as well, because when you think of a fossil, that's millions of years old. There's a lot of pressure of earth building up over time on it, and with that pressure, it kind of not purifies, but preserves this perfect image, this perfect sense of time that this was in. And I feel with this reading, you guys have been through a lot of pressure, but that pressure that you've been under is beginning to pay off, because like the Ammonite fossil, it goes in, right? You're spiraling within. So I feel like there's been a lot of pressure outside of you. So you've worked really hard on connecting within to yourself. And this new beginning really feels like it has to do with your spiritual growth, spiritual progress. It has to do with connecting with your true most inner self, and preserving a piece of yourself that has been deserving of a beautiful beginning for a long time. So I feel like because of this pressure you guys have been under, because of all the inner work you've done, you've preserved a piece of yourself in this universe, if that makes sense. You have created a path that is opening up a lot of new doors that align with the vibration that you've been able to achieve because of this work. So I'm excited to see where you guys are at with the cards. So I have a ton of oracle cards. Things just came out for you guys. They have been just flew out of the deck when I was shuffling them. I will definitely be listing the cards that I've been using in the description box below if you are curious. But without further ado, here we go. We have the card of gratitude. I'm thankful for this life and the opportunities it presents. Oh, divine love. When you offer everything to the divine with detachment, you begin a love affair with spirit. Ooh. Don't let your past hold you back. The South Node. Goddess. Light attribute, the feminine expressed through wisdom, nature, life force, and sensuality. That one, I feel the light. I'm not even going to read the dark one there. Okay, and another one came out here. Child eternal. Determination to remain young in body, mind, and spirit. Ability to see things with fresh eyes. And the shadow attributes I feel to read is inability to grow up and be responsible, extreme dependency on others for physical security. So we will definitely get into that one. And we had, okay, I tried to keep just one for every pile, but you guys had 4. I feel like I should describe these first before we look into this, because I feel a lot of good energy coming from these cards, but I do want to let it flow correctly, and Spirit is letting me know to get into this. So I do feel like you guys have done a lot of inner work, shadow work, to be more precise. You have learned about yourself. You have learned about the, pain and cycles that you've gone through in your life. You have truly rebirthed and found yourself from this past cycle. You really have proven that you're worth much more than what other people see, or you're worth much more than what your past defined you as, or what you thought that you were. And I feel you've learned a huge lesson of gratitude, despite the pain that you've been through, despite the hardships, despite the horrible people or, places or things or situations you've had yourself in. You've been able to look at this in a new perspective. And when I look at the gratitude card, I kind of see this as an eye, It's like you opened up your eye, your third eye, your mind's eye to the truth of what you've been through and why you've been through it. And I feel like your soul is finding gratitude in that path, because if you didn't go through that trauma as a child, or if you didn't have, neglectful parents as a child, you would not be as empathetic as you are today. And yes, it hurt that I went through that, and, you're validating who you were or what you've been through, but without those experiences, as much as we don't want to admit that, without those experiences, we truly wouldn't be the strong, capable, wise person that we are. Every single one of us has to go through something in order for us to learn and to grow. And I feel that you're finding that message. You're finding that gratitude in the pain. I'm grateful that I went through this when I did, because now it's shaped me into who I am. You've become so empathetic. You have become so open to the universe. You have become so connected and understanding of those around you. I feel a lot of you are in a field of, even if you're not being paid for it, but you are in a field or a compassionate hobby of some sort of truly loving other people, helping guide people. Some of you might be readers, some of you might be therapists, some of you just might be really awesome friends that a lot of your friends come to as a shoulder to cry on, and you have immense strength of your soul. And this new beginning that's coming is just showing you how much you've been through and how that hard work is paying off, because I feel with the gratitude and the divine love coming in together, it's showing you that despite the things that have brought you down, you have risen above. I mean, look at this guy. He's got the wings of a hawk, right? The higher messenger, the one from spirit, the understanding of where you've been through, right? And effortlessly, he's rising above this situation. And with the butterflies all around, it tells me that there's been a huge rebirth. You have released what is not meant for you. You've done the shadow work. You've accepted who you were in the past, and how, that past doesn't define you. It was just building blocks to get to where you are. And Spirit is so incredibly proud of how high you've ascended, how far you've come. And with this, you've recognized that your past was just a blueprint to where you are now, just a blueprint to where you were supposed to be, and you followed that path, you followed that step, and you are really working on yourself, and you guys are doing amazing, and your guides and spirit, they love you so much, and they recognize that pain, they recognize your worth, and even if people around you can't see that, they see that. I see that, and you can see that within yourself, and you really, really have found the beauty within the pain. You found that you are a goddess in this life, that you can choose to be and to carry what it is that you want in this life. You have become an eternal child of spirit, which is telling me that you've given yourself over to spirit. You've been selfless. You have been listening to the signs, right? You have really been following in the footsteps of ascension. You are successfully raising your vibration. It's really what I'm seeing. In this new beginning, great things are coming for you. Great things are happening, and there's an eternal fulfillment that is coming to your soul if it has not already. And I do want to pull a few more of these before I get into that here, because I feel like it's just going to be a beautiful surprise. The Chariot. Oh my god. Yeah, see, this is what they've been doing for you guys. They just fly out of the deck here. My goodness. So I think I'm just gonna lay all of these out as they fell out, the way that they fell out. And these two I feel go on top. So I'm gonna hold that to the side real quick. Okay, so details of the tarot coming in is showing me, look at the Hermit. Oh my gosh. So much inner connection, inner wisdom. Your guides are watching out for you. Your higher self is watching out for you. And you've really taken the time to go within. You really have taken the time to find yourself. You know, you're not thinking too hard about it. You're not doing much action. You're just being in spirit. And this is paying off for you in a huge, huge way, because you're able to see the paths that you've taken. You've assessed your life. You've seen the way your life went, and you don't regret the decisions you made. You're not going back to your past and looking and being like, oh crap, I wish I went that way instead. How would my life have been different if I chose this instead of this, or if I've done this instead of that? No, you're seeing like, okay, I did the best that I could for the time that I was in. How would you know which path you're supposed to cross? You know, you had the willpower to get as far as you got, and you're seeing that now. And for a long time, I do see that you have been struggling with anxiety. You've been struggling with being stuck in this cycle. You haven't been able to see a way out. You thought you knew the way out, but you didn't. And there was just a lot of pain that you put yourself through, and you kind of trapped yourself in the pain of the past. But recently, you have released yourself from this. Now, if you see here, her hands are bound, but they're not connected. She can easily take off that blindfold, slip through the cracks, get her bearings in place, and move on. And that's what your intuition was telling you. Your intuition for the longest time has been saying, hey, I need you to look up, and I need you to see that you're in control of this mental prison. You're the one who's going to get us through this. And you listened. You did release yourself, or you are about to release yourself. You are at this point where the truth is coming in with that little bird at the top there. And even though some of you can't see it yet, you are about to blossom into the highest vibration of yourself so far. And those of you that are there, congratulations, it's only getting better. Because what comes after this, we've got the Two of Wands. I feel that you're recognizing that you have the world in your hands. That whatever comes up to deceive you, you will always know how to counteract that, how to move away from that. And you can focus on the road ahead. Oh my goodness. Excuse me. I'm going to take that as you guys clearing a path for yourself, right? But I really feel like you have taken your life into your hands, and you've chosen to no longer pity yourself. You've chosen to no longer be stuck, and you chose to take that hard step of going within and saying, that's it. I'm going this way in my life. I'm moving forward. I'm doing this because I want to do this, right? You are taking your chances. Both of these cards are telling me you're taking your chances, even if you didn't know where you were going to land, right? You decided to move on from this job, right? Like maybe some of you guys left a job and you didn't know where you'd go after, and you've created a brand new home business for yourself that's about to take off. Or you've left the comfort of a connection and you've said, you know what, I can't do this anymore. I need to be better for me. And without any plans, without much on your side, you took the chance and you moved forward, and you took risks that you were unsure of, right? You didn't know if you were going to land on your feet or on your face, but you did this. A lot of you released toxic family cycles. I really am feeling a lot of you have moved away from the toxicity of expectations of the family line. Some of you left abusive relationships. Some of you just left the mental prison you had your own self in. I feel like there's been a lot of changes and there's been a lot of choices that you've made for your highest good, and it was not easy, and we commend you for those efforts that you have taken, because it takes a very, very strong soul to learn from their past, to accept it fully and wholeheartedly, and to move on from it. So that's where I feel this comes in. We've got the Tower card, which I feel you have torn down your own expectations, your past, everything that you have had up until now is gone. You have replaced it with a solid new foundation, and you are proud of yourself for it. Yes, it was painful to relive the past. Yes, it was tough to release these people that's been in your life forever, or the family bonds that you've had. Yes, it was tough, but it is going to pay off so much because you don't have to fight so hard anymore. You have put in all that time, all that effort. You have released those parts of yourself, and you don't have to defend anymore. You don't have to fight. There's no more pain, okay? Because the Queen of Swords, oh my goodness, let me just say, this is one of my favorite cards in the deck, because the Queen of Swords specifically represents somebody who has been through hell and back, who has been through pain and trials, tribulations, who have been left out in the cold, just have had the tough run of it. And she has come up on top. She's writing her own story. She's comforting and taking care of herself. She is making those choices to cut those ties. So no, you're not in pain anymore. You won't have this pain anymore, because the pain is already solidifying you into the person that you were meant to be. You're building a brand new life, and this new beginning is anything that you make of it. It's the confidence in yourself. It's the completion of this cycle. It's the understanding of life for what it is, and it's the honoring yourself to take the path of least resistance. And you're not afraid anymore. And I think that that is a beautiful gift of this new beginning. You guys are doing so amazing. So now let's see what we've got in these. We've got 4 of them. Oh my goodness. Perseverance, the motivation to keep going despite the odds. You persevered beyond belief. Holy cow, you guys have made so much progress, and you can see this progress. Look, another eye that's showing you that you've woke up to this situation. You have. Protection. I really feel that you have been divinely protected this whole time. Your guides have protected you. Your spirit has been protecting you, and you've been protecting yourself, really. You've been putting boundaries where they need to be. You've been removing yourself from toxic situations, and that is a beautiful thing, because that is hard to persevere in these situations and to protect yourself too. The star, this one reminds me of the star in the tarot, the hope. What you put in comes back to you. What faith you have in yourself and this universe, it is what drove you. So you followed your North Star, right? You've gotten yourself out of this rut because you believed in yourself. And that's what was paying off here. And you were on target. Literally follow your ideal life path. You, oh my God, on target. What the heck? Sorry, I love that. I love that for you guys. You are on the right path. And if you thought that you made the wrong decision, or you're still struggling and you don't know if this is it, you are on target. You are on path. You've persevered. You've protected yourself, and you are still protected. You are on target. Just keep following your faith in yourself. You guys are so incredibly blessed and so incredibly lucky at this point in your life, because you decided to make the hard decisions, because you decided that it was time to take control of your life. and this is amazing. You guys deserve every wonderful thing that comes your way. And we'll see what the goddess Isis has to say for advice to come through for you on this path that you're on this new beginning that's coming, on this beautiful start. Let's see, goddess Isis, what do you have for pile 3? So for goddess Isis here, wow, this is actually a very powerful image. You're being supported. And I feel that yes, there's people around you to support you, but by spirit, because here's you, because this is the goddess Isis. You are being supported by your own strength. This represents the divine masculine and this the divine feminine. And I truly feel that you are being supported by your own strength. That divine masculine is somebody who doesn't take shit from anybody. You know your boundaries, you know your path, you know your worth, right? And the divine masculine has been carrying that divine feminine, that emotional well-being, that need, that intuition. You are quite literally carrying yourself into this next phase with a beautiful balance of emotional stability, physical stability, mental stability. And I can't wait to read what this says. Miracle of Isis. Isis offers a miracle healing. No matter how much you've struggled with a particular matter, no matter how impossible it may seem to imagine your life without this old wound, addiction, problem, relationship issue, or inner struggle being part of it, you are now guided to accept the possibility of miraculous healing. Let go and let the goddess be. Oh my God, guys, let go and let the goddess be. You know yourself. You don't need to bring whatever has held you back into any other part of your life. You are at the pinnacle of your highest self, your highest good. You are at the pinnacle of this divine love, and you are so deserving of it. Oh my gosh, you are so deserving of it. And just commend yourself for the strength that you have, for what it is that you've been through, and know that you have every particle within your being supporting you to move in the direction you want to be. And this new beginning is promising just a beautiful, beautiful step in the right direction. And it's that direction that you make of it. Wherever you want to go, whoever you want to be, whoever you want to be with is going to be attracted to you now. It's not going to be as difficult anymore. It's not going to be as hard as it was, because you've done this work, because the shadow work is paying off. And you guys are just moving into a really beautiful phase, and I am proud of you. Your spirit guides are proud of you, so please be proud of yourself. That is about all that I have for you guys today in terms of messages. I really, really appreciate you tuning in and checking this out, and I really commend you for those efforts. First of all, I just can't believe how beautiful this reading was. I really appreciate you guys once again. I love you guys. If this resonated with you, please let me know. Like, comment, subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you guys again in my next video. Bye.